Hello everybody, today it's the 7th of November 2024 and 2 days ago the United States held its presidential, Senate, House and governor elections. In this video we will look at the positive and negative takeaways for each party for this election. The big winners of this election are the GOP. Trump has won a second term, flipping at least 4 swing states with potential to win all 7. They have also gained control of the Senate, flipping 3 seats and potentially also taking control of the House for a grand slam control of the government. It seems that their vote with black and Latino voters, potentially because of religious grounds, has increased. There was a general shift in percentage towards the Republicans, but there are 2 developments that they should be worried about. First is that whilst Trump's share of votes has gone up, his total amount has not really. In the 2020 election, he received 74 million votes from the people, and he looks to be on track for a similar number this time around. Second is that abortion measures in some states, which have voted red this election, have enshrined abortion rights. Swing states such as Arizona and Nevada have voted yes, but also deep red states such as Montana and Missouri, which in the election have voted almost 20 percentage points for Trump, but have for abortion they have voted yes in Missouri 51%, almost 52%, and in Montana 57%. Nebraska only said no by 3 percentage points, and Florida said 57% yes, but the measure failed because you need 60% for an amendment to pass. One of the biggest reasons people voted for Trump was the economy, but many economists weren't against his plans. If Trump fails to get the economy under control, Dems may have ways back to take seats in the 26 midterms. With big winners come massive losers, and this time it is the Democrats. They've lost the presidency and the Senate, although the second one, Senate, was expected months ago. They have had victories in abortion rights in red states, which may signal that there is a part of the populace which has a progressive opinions, which the results in the presidency may not show. And while it may seem that she has lost the popular vote by 5 million, big red states such as Washington, Oregon, Colorado, and Maryland are still below 80% of the reported votes, and Big Blue California is just at 54%. Most other red states have voted or have reported 95% or more, with the exceptions of Utah and Alaska. If Harris does win the popular vote, it will be a victory, which may add to the narrative that the Electoral College is not representative. This loss does mean something must change in the Democratic strategy. They need to come up with a strategy for the 2026 midterms that must work if they want to keep their platform alive under a Trump administration. Next up are the Greens. Jill Stein returned as the candidate, having previously ran in the 2012 and 2016 elections. Their goal was to try and take as many Muslim, Arab, and leftist votes away from the Democrats to try and voice their dissatisfaction of the current party. They are currently fourth and have done relatively well in states such as California and Michigan. They would have had more power if their combined votes, the combined votes between Democratic and Green parties would have been more than Trump's total votes, which has not occurred in any of the swing states at the moment. Another negative for the Greens is the fact that they are, in most states, they are behind Robert Kennedy, a candidate who withdrew nearly 3 months ago. They are they seem to be only ahead because they ran in more states. Perhaps this shows that they need to change the strategy a bit to gain more votes. They were also on fewer ballots this year than 4 years ago, but still received at least 200,000 votes more. There also seems to be an apathy towards the two major parties, as for example in Nevada, none of these has accumulated 1.2% of the vote, and in District of Columbia, right-wing candidates have received 2.2% of the votes. This leaves room for the Greens to capitalize on that apathy. The Libertarians have had a relatively quiet campaign. Where Jo Jorgensen was sometimes mentioned during the 2020 election cycle, I've not seen the same with Chase Oliver. This could be due to the media attention now falling onto RFK Jr. Despite that, the Libertarians still received 567,000 votes, at least at the moment. This means that they have a base of supporters that will come and vote almost no matter what. But this is also a huge drop from the almost 2 million votes Jo Jorgensen received 4 years ago. Finally, we have the candidate that has withdrawn but was still on the ballot in some states, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He withdrew from the race on August 23rd, endorsing eventual winner Donald Trump. And despite this almost 3-month period, he still managed to accumulate over 600,000 votes, just over 25,000 behind Stein. And this is still with California, a state in which Kennedy has done better than Stein, only at 54%. The fact that this large number of people have voted for him, and Trump's campaign seems not to have been impacted by it, is quite an achievement. But that's also a problem, since this means that a lot of people wasted their votes, due to perhaps insufficient knowledge. We've also seen reports of the search term "Has Biden dropped out?" spiking on election day, perhaps pointing to the large number of people not up to date with elections in their own country. And this also begs the question, how many people were willing or would have voted for RFK Jr. if he hadn't dropped out?